This is Dabu7, a very important video. Got to give a shout out to Bobby Ritter and Michael, aka Anon Rivette, for getting me this info. We now have confirmation. We also have satellite images that show that UN vehicles are being staged at this Kellogg factory in Williamsport, Maryland. Now, this is different than most of the sightings we've seen with the UN equipment. A lot of times they will be on the highway being hauled, on trains being hauled, similar to other military equipment. And often you will hear individuals saying, oh, they're being shipped out of the country or this and that. There's always some kind of excuse. We've also seen military equipment being staged at different businesses where you really shouldn't see them. And people say, oh, well, they have a contract with these people. Well, that right there should throw up huge red flags to you that someone like Kellogg's has a contract with the UN, staging equipment there. And it's not just vehicles. We now have UN containers, even marked UN, shipping containers sitting here. Now, I've never seen these, and they are paired here with these armored vehicles, medical vehicles, and it goes on further than that. They have other utility wagons here, marked UN, and this is sitting at the Kellogg factory. And if that's not enough for you, we have UN tankers sitting at this factory. Tankers. Now, I know every time we put out videos like this, people scramble for excuses. And trust me, if there was a valid excuse here, I'd be putting it out there. But the fact is this: Kellogg's is staging massive amounts of UN equipment. It's not just armored vehicles. It's not just medical trucks. It's freight containers. It's tankers, as you can see here, where they can haul fuel and everything else here. Okay, and it just so happens to be sitting tucked away at the end of an industrial park. And when you go looking, you're going to see that sure enough, here's your armored vehicles. This is from satellite images. So if you jump over to the other side here, you're going to see more hidden and surrounded by, in my opinion, what looks to be Federale vehicles, silver and black, and maybe a few white ones mixed in. Hidden on the other side, on the far side of the building, out of sight, where people can't get to. The only reason the other ones have been witnessed, and I'm not sure how this person got these images, but they got them. Once again, a thank you for getting them, because it shows tucked away at the end of this industrial park is a mass of UN equipment at a Kellogg factory. Now, for those that missed it, I just put out a video in regards to what looked to be tents in New Mexico. It checks out that they're old bunkers that are sitting there, so that's an update. We also had Ospreys flying off next to the highway in Virginia, which there's been no valid excuse for that thus far, or no reasoning behind it, because it wasn't at a base. And these were taken in Boone, Iowa. This was UPO or UP rail lines heading west. Boone, Iowa, that was sent in. And check this out. These inserts, or these liners that we've seen before, these FEMA coffins that many have dubbed them. We've seen stacks of them before in the past in older videos on property in Texas. But now we have more of them showing up, and this was sent in, and shout outs to the cats that send me in this information. This is in the back of a truck, a semi-truck. They opened it up, and here you can see they are hauling mass amounts of these liners. This is in Laredo, Texas. And I also have to give a shout out to the folks out there in Tennessee sending me an information. This is in Seymour, Boyd's Creek. people concerned because they've seen this Royal Plus disaster get parked down near some schools in a small town area. This is very near Saviorville, Tennessee, Smoky Mountains. And they don't know what quite to make of it. They're saying, well, they're here for disaster cleanup, but nothing's happened. They wonder if it's being staged for something that somebody knows is coming, and they're not quite saying anything. And yes, we do have another system that's going to form into a hurricane, but where that's going to go is, that's all yet to be seen. And as far as that affecting Tennessee, well, just making note of it since it was sent in. And once again, what I think is more concerning than anything is the fact that we have not just UN armored vehicles and UN medical trucks, but I mean the whole nine. And again, for folks out there that may see a connection, and I'll update in a separate video the more we find in digging in this. But yes, certain businesses out here have big contracts with UN and military, and that's huge in itself. Regardless, it's being staged here. And it's en masse. Shipping containers, tankers, armored vehicles, the whole nine. So shout outs to everyone out there that sends me an info on this stuff. It's greatly appreciated. We keep people in the loop. And that way maybe other people that are in the area of some of these events can gather more information, and we just get more intel and can figure out exactly what's going on. But regardless of excuses, it's there. And it's there en masse. And, couple that with everything else going on, it just really seems like they're preparing for something. Like I said, I've never seen this much UN equipment here at one time, and a plethora of different stuff, from the containers to tankers to the whole nine, hidden at a Kellogg plant. But now people, here recently I've been getting a lot of updates on the Advon vehicles ever since we spotted them in West Virginia. Even people that haven't got images, if they spot them or see them, they're telling me. I appreciate that. They've been witnessed all over. There was even one up there at that first debate on the ground that someone had seen. It was actually on 2B Free's feed. So, for what it's worth, wanted to get this all out there, share it with everybody. And if you guys got anything, let me know, dabu7@yahoo.com. And like I always say, have a plan. Because if something's in the works, obviously here on their end, you have to have a plan for you and your family. And as I always say, you start with a meeting point. It's just that simple. Imagine all the lights go out, cell phones don't work. What's next? Well, if you guys already know where to meet, that's a huge plus. So you can start there. It's rather simple to do. Just choose a spot. And then you all know where to go when it hits the fan. If not, you're going to be running around here during this madness, and it looks like they're gearing up more and more, and that's for real. But I will continue to update once again, dabu7yahoo.com. If you guys have any more information, also make sure to check out that footage I just dropped with the Ospreys and stuff like that. And make sure if you're sending me files that, or you're sending me information, some people forget to even send the file or the footage or the images. And some I'm having trouble opening. It's in a weird format or whatnot. Make sure it's in a common format. That way we can make sure all this information is getting out there. And also, make sure to check out the Essential Drugstore. They are our recent sponsor here. And really, I chose to go with these guys because they're a good fit to help serve as an avenue for the people here to be able to get supplies, medical supplies, legitimately. And to be able to do so quickly and to stock up on whatever you need through a licensed pharmacist. And as an update, they do have the potassium iodide on deck for those that were asking about that. So for antibiotics, any of those other things, make sure to check them out. I will leave links in the description. And I'll continue to update on all this. Get any more info. Much love, y'all.